Okay, so I guess we can all agree, Nami is a fucking god. Like, Nami, I actually love you. Like, fuck that whole year of Sanji shit. Like, this is Nami's year. This arc, we've had nothing but greatness from her. Not only did she put in work and basically carry Luffy through the fight with Cracker, but she also completely took control of this situation and basically saved all of their lives. She must get some supersized power up every time she enters the seducing woods, because every time she's there, she turns into a fucking savage. And yeah, I admit her methods may be kind of questionable. Like, even I don't really know how I feel about Nami being able to do this. Or should I say, I don't know how I feel about Big Mom allowing Nami to do this. Like, how has she lost so much control over her own abilities to the point where she can't even call it back to her? Like, for real, go to the pet store, buy a puppy, and you will have more control over that puppy than Big Mom has over her own ability. There you go. You can be a Yonko too, guys. But nah, all jokes aside, as I said before, I honestly don't know how I feel about this. A part of me is a little salty that Big Mom, being a Yonko, has such little impact and control over what happens in her territory, what happens with her underlings, and her own abilities. But then again, I'm kind of not, because I'm kind of assuming that there's a good reason for it. Maybe because she gave them their own individual souls, she's not able to control it completely 100% like other ability users can. Instead, she gives it orders and it decides whether or not to follow them. Then there's also the argument that because they're a part of her soul, they have the same weaknesses that she does. For example, her food addiction, which is basically what we're seeing with Zeus right now. So yeah, I don't actually know the explanation for what's going on, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've been given an explanation for what's going on. So it's all basically just left to our imagination to decide how we feel about it. But don't get me wrong, I'm still really impressed with Nami. I'm definitely not taking any credit away from her. Like, she actually managed to damage Big Mom, and nobody manages to damage Big Mom, especially while she's in her enraged form. So yeah, it seems to sound more and more retarded every time I explain it. But yeah, moving on. It's kind of getting annoying to me that every 5 minutes we see another ability that is casually nerfed by water, and that's not massive bodies of water as well, like not the same kind of water that nerfs devil fruits as a whole. It's just like rain and all that random shit. Like within Big Mom's top tiers alone, we've already seen Cracker be nerfed by water. Katakuri's fruit is low-key nerfed by water as well as Big Mom's Prometheus. Like, no wonder she fucking took control of Fisherman Island. They'd fucking one-shot her whole crew. And that is a joke, by the way, for those of you that are spamming the dislike button like, this guy's a fucking idiot. It was a joke. I like how Luffy acknowledged this new style of ability. Basically the fact that it is more difficult to deal with than an ordinary Logia, unless you're someone like Jinbei who's able to freely manipulate water. But then again, that will only work on Prometheus. I don't think that Jinbei will be able to do the same thing to Zeus, so yeah, they are more difficult to deal with than a Logia. And if I remember correctly, when Luffy met Aokiji for the first time, he learned Gear 2nd and 3rd to attempt to counter that kind of strength because he realized he can't beat someone like that. People also estimate that he's going to be working on his awakening now that Doflamingo has made it apparent to him that they exist. So I wonder if Oda will also have him trying to find a way to counter this new type of untouchable ability, if it's even possible. But who knows, the likeliness of Oda going down that route is slim at best. But yeah, I do look forward to seeing the next chapter, just because I'm hoping we see a decent fight with the Straw Hats and the remnants of Big Mom pirates on the Sunny, as well as getting closer to the end of this arc. Like, we're almost there, people. Wano is within our grasps. And I don't even know if it's worth mentioning this repetitive pudding personality change stuff. Like, I don't know if it's something we should be looking out for, to be honest with you, and I don't really think anything drastic is going to be coming out of that plot point, but I may be wrong. So yeah, overall, I'd rate this chapter a 7 out of 10. It was a decent chapter. It was kind of fun to read, but there was so many questionable events. So definitely get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the chapter. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more of that One Piece content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. One.